Hello guys, welcome back to STEM Trainers. Now in the previous video we have seen integration by substitution. So we have seen some examples, or you can say the basic examples of how to use the substitution to solve the integration. So let's continue that. Now here is our sixth example. So we have integration of secant square x into tan x into square root of 1 plus tan x. Now when I first look at this question, it looks very complex. Okay, let's try to break this and see how we can solve this. Now, first thing that I look at when I look at this question, first things that I observe is there are a lot of tan x functions and there is secant square x. So one thing is clear. Differentiation of tan x is secant square x, that we already know. So if this is fx, this becomes my f dash x. Okay. So that's good. That's one thing. Now, second thing that worries me is we have a square root here, right? And remember what we studied, whenever there is square root, we will try to eliminate that because that will make our question little more easy. That's the only reason. So I have two things here. I have fx f dash x that I have already identified, and I have square root here. Now to eliminate or to do both of things at the same time, what we can do is, now this is important. So I will take 1 plus tan x as t square. Now what that does is, I have taken function of tan x as fx and I have eliminated the third value also, that is the root also. So let's see what happens when we use this. So let's do the differentiation, the same process. Differentiation of 1 is 0, differentiation of tan x is secant square x, and differentiation of t square is 2t into dt over tx. Now one thing I just want to clarify you, it depends on teacher to teacher actually. So some differentiate it like this. Now some differentiate directly also. Even I use direct differentiation. For example, what I'm trying to say is, when you differentiating this, I will directly write secant square x dx equal to 2t dt. So basically I am partially differentiating it. Okay. So whenever I am differentiating x terms, I will just write dx at the end. Whenever I am differentiating t terms or u terms, I will write dt or du at the end. So some use this first one, some use this also, whichever you like, it's okay. Both are same thing. Okay, not much of difference is there. Anyways, we have followed the first method. So let's do that. Okay, so from this I am getting secant square x dx as 2t dt. Let's see what happens to our integration now. And fingers crossed. So secant square x dx. So that is my dt, right? Tan x. What is tan x? So from this, from the first substitution, that is 1 plus tan x equal to t square, I can say my tan x value is t square minus 1. So this is nothing but t square minus 1. Right? And root of 1 plus tan x is nothing but t. And what is secant square x into dx? Secant square x into dx is 2t dt. So multiply by 2t dt. I hope it's clear. So tan x is t square minus 1. Root of 1 plus tan x. Obviously, if you take square root on this substitution, you get t. And secant square x dx is 2t dt. So let's multiply this and see what happens. So this becomes t power 4 minus t square. And we can easily integrate this. Let's do this. So this is nothing but 2 times t power 5 over 5 minus t cube over 3 plus c. So that is our answer. Let's substitute the value of t. T is What is t value? Square root of 1 plus tan x. So square root of 1 plus tan x, this whole power 5 over 5 minus square root of 1 plus tan x, this whole power 3 over 3 plus c. So this is my answer. Okay. So sometimes a question, especially of integration by substitution question, looks very difficult. But if you try to break that slowly and slowly, you will try to understand what should be the substitution. Okay. And in fact, I will just tell you, when you are trying this question for the first time, sometimes students take just tan x as some variable t. You can do that. But in that case, you will have to use substitution twice. Okay, because you will have to ultimately remove this square root also. So that's why we are using this substitution. So in this way, with one substitution, we can simplify the question. Okay, let's look at more question. Tan x now. Now, integration of tan x or integration of cot x, they are similar. So we will do tan x and then similar is cot x. You can do it yourself. So that will be just like your homework. Okay. Now you will be wondering, when we have only one function tan x, how we will use substitution, right? Okay. And second thing is, this is a very typical type of question, especially for year 2 students, A level year 2 students. They ask you this question. This consists of at least 3 to 5 marks, or maybe 6. So integration of tan x or integration of cot x. They will say use substitution to find integration of tan x and cot x. Okay. So what you will do is, this looks like one function, but we know tan x is nothing but sin x over cos x. So you can write it like this. Now I think you will see that how easy is this. Now it has sin x cos x. So I will use one as substitution. So obviously I will use cos x as t, because normally what we do is, if you look at our function that we studied in this, fx is always in the denominator, or you can say fx can be anywhere, but this f dash x has to be in the numerator, this t dash x, like this. Okay, so that's why what we will do is, in this we will take cos x as t. We will take the substitution of cos x as t. So if cos x is t, then minus sin x equals dt over dx. So this gives us minus sin x dx equals to dt. So directly I can substitute sin x dx as minus dt, and cos x is t, so minus dt over t. And 1 over t integration is ln of t, so minus ln of mod t you can write, or t, we discussed this many times. That's your answer. And then we will substitute the value of cos t as cos x. So this will be my answer. Sometimes they give you as this, and if you have to prove, sometimes what you can do is, you can take this power, this minus 1 basically, to the power of cos, right? We are using log property. Then this is nothing but 1 over cos x. And what is 1 over cos x? 1 over cos x is nothing but secant x. So this is your answer. So sometimes, I mean, if you don't have to prove anything, you can just leave it here, no problem. Sometimes you have to prove. So sometimes they give you that prove this is equal to ln of mod secant x plus c. I hope it's clear. Now similar way is for integration of cot x. So you can write cot x as cos x over sin x and proceed. Okay, let's look at one more question. Now this time we have a definite question. So integration is from 0 to 1 e power x over 2 plus e power x dx. Okay, so we already know that differentiation of ex is ex only, right? And we have two ex functions. So what we will do here is very quickly we will take 2 plus e power x as some other variable, let's say t. So if you differentiate this, you get e power x equals dt over dx. And from this, I will get e power x dx is equal to dt. Right? So what will be my integration now? This numerator terms, these terms, e power x dx, these terms will become my dt, and in denominator, I will have t. Now this question is important because this is definite question. So I want you to understand one thing. When you are using substitution in definite questions, there are two ways. One is this: once you have converted your x terms into t or function of t or u, whatever variable you have used, after that always remember to change the limits. That's one way. Okay, you have to change the limits now. Now these limits or these values 0 and 1, they belong to x only because we are integrating with respect to x. But now we are integrating with respect to t. So limits cannot be same as 0 and 1. So it has to be values of t. So what you will do is you will find values of t. So when x is 0, you will see what is t. So my t value is nothing but 2 plus e power 0. That is t is equal to 3. When x is equal to 1, what is my t value? T value is 2 plus e. Right? Now my limits will be 3 to 2 plus e. So this is what my question is like now. Okay, then after this, we can integrate this. This will be ln of mod t or t, whichever you like. And my limits are 3 to 2 plus e. So this will be nothing but ln of upper limit minus ln of lower limit, that is 3. And remember, we don't have to use c in this because it's a definite question. Second thing is, you will notice that in previous questions, we have to convert the question back into in terms of x. Our answer has to be in terms of x. But in definite questions, when we are using substitution, there is no need for that. That is actually other method. So the best method is change the limits and then directly solve. You don't have to change back. Second method is you first solve this question like indefinite and then substitute the limits. That's actually little lengthy. So this method is better. So change the limits when you have changed the variable. So this is my answer, or you can use some properties. I mean 2 plus e over 3. This is my answer. Okay, let's try one last question. Okay, second last question. Ninth question is 1 over 1 plus x square dx. Again, you will see that it's only one function. So what we should substitute? And also you can't integrate, right? We can't integrate this directly. So this integration is what I actually showed you in the previous lecture, is this trigonometric substitutions. So these are all, there are many more. Not only these, there are many more. But these are some of the basic and most important ones. Trigonometric substitutions. So this is purely a question of trigonometric substitution. So let me explain. So what happens is, sometimes we have terms like a square plus x square, or a square minus x square, or third is x square minus a square. So to solve whenever you have terms, for example, this is nothing but, this question is nothing but 1 over 1 square plus x square, right? Where this, in this case, a is 1. And this can be in the numerator, in the denominator, in the numerator, in the terms of a square root also. Lot of things can happen. So you will, whenever you see these kind of questions, you will see these terms where a is some number, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. So whenever you see these things, you can be sure that you have to use trigonometric substitutions. Now, what are the substitutions? So whenever you have a square plus x square, you have to use substitution x equal to a tan theta. That will simplify the question. Whenever you have a square minus x square, you have to use x equal to a sine theta or a cos theta, whichever you like. In fact, in first one, you can use x equal to a cot theta also. So let me just write tan theta or cot theta. But actually, we generally use cot tan theta only, because in cot theta differentiation, you get a negative sign and things like that. Anyways, so x square minus a square, you have to use substitution of x equal to a times cosecant theta or a times secant theta. So these are the trigonometric substitutions. Don't worry about it. Whenever question will come, you will definitely see. For example, this question is there, 1 over 1 plus x square. So I know this is a is 1. So 1 over a square plus x square is there. So to simplify this, let's use x equal to a tan theta and see how this question will be simplified. So let's use a is 1 here. So let me just write x as tan theta. So when x is tan theta, let me differentiate this. So 1 is equal to, differentiation of tan theta is secant square theta d theta over dx. And from this I am getting dx as secant square theta d theta. Right? Okay, so let's use this. So dx value is secant square theta d theta divided by 1 plus x square. So 1 plus tan square theta. And we know what is 1 plus tan square theta. 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but secant square theta. So you can cancel this. You get 1. So basically my integration is nothing but integration of d theta only. You can see how this substitution simplified this question to just 1. So what is integration of this? This is theta plus c. And then you have to substitute back in terms of x. So what is my theta here? We know that if tan theta is x, so from this I can say my theta is nothing but tan inverse of x. So my answer is tan inverse x plus c. That is my answer. So I have given you one example of these trigonometric substitutions. Rest, if they are in your curriculum, you will see and you can use. And mostly in HL, you will have all. But in A level year 2, you don't have so much. You mostly have this tan theta. And in 1 or 2 questions, I have seen this a square minus x square also. That is 1 minus x square. Okay. So, okay, let's move forward with the last question. This is also an important one. Okay. Integration of secant power 4x dx. Now again, you will wonder, this is only one function. Right? Like you wondered here, only one function. And one more question, tan x, only one function is there. So what we did was, we changed into trigonometry. Using trigonometry, we changed into 2 functions, or we simplified. So same thing we are going to do here. So with use of trigonometry, we have to change this secant power 4x little bit so that we can solve this question. So what I will do is, now with respect to secant x or secant square x, I know only one thing. that secant square x is equal to 1 plus tan square x. I don't know anything else, right? In trigonometry, we know this. So how can we use this? Now, if you notice that, if somehow I have tan x and secant square x, in this integration, my work is done. Because differentiation of tan x is secant square x. So what we will do is, instead of secant power 4x, I will write this as secant square x into secant square x dx. And I will change 1 secant square x into tan square x as 1 plus tan square x, like this. So now, if I give you this question, you can solve this very easily. You will say that differentiation of tan x is given secant square x. So let's use tan x as some new variable, let's say t. So secant square x is equal to dt over dx. And from this I am getting dx secant square x dx is nothing but dt. So my integration is 1 plus t square into this whole thing is nothing but dt. So dt, that's my answer. And we can easily integrate this. Integration of 1 is t. Integration of t square is t cube over 3 plus c. And the last step, write the answer in terms of x. So t is tan x. So this is tan x plus tan cube x over 3 plus c. So this is my answer. I hope it's clear. So I have given you lots and lots of very different type of cases for substitution. So if you understand them, then you can solve most of the questions in your textbook or your syllabus or your exams. Little bit practice will be required. Okay. And similarly, now you understand if integration of secant power 4x is there, they can ask integration of cosecant power 4x also. So same thing. So in that you will write cosecant square x as 1 plus cot square x and proceed. Okay, that's all for this. Thanks for watching STEM Trainers.